Esper Life Gain Top 100? I think so here in today's episode. Thank you for joining me as we break down this super awesome list by our friend Apples and Bananas. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, their name is Apples and Fruits, so kind of close. Now, with that, thank you for sharing. As always, down below, you'll find today's timestamps as we break down the strategy objective of this list. We'll also go into your boarding for best of 3. We'll play competitive Magic in both standard best of 1 and best of 3, as we always do, and then pull it all back together in today's retrospective outtake. Now, if you happen to have a question or comment along the way, certainly let us know. We'd love to hear from you, and feel free to join us in our active, awesome Discord server. All right, so here's what we got going on. Esper Life Gain. I really like this. I really like the life gain component. This is taking it a little bit of a step further away from your typical Esper Legendary or Esper Midrange. It still is, at its heart, a mid-range list. A couple things that I like about this is always our one-offs. I like that. We are only running 3 of the Get Lost, and then additionally, we got some amazing pickups here in Rune Lurker Bat, Amalia, obviously the Betrayal card here as well, in terms of what we have from the new Ixalan set. Now, a lot of help comes from Gundrop Poisoner. The biggest piece with this one is, again, that instant speed, being able to get away from any of your opponent's deep cavern bats, as an example, and then coming back and clipping the bat where you need to and taking advantage of that as a key example can make a huge difference. Plus, all you gotta do is swing in with your lurker bat, get that one, and then you can take it off the board as an example. So, plus everything else gaining that life gain ability is going to make advantage and take advantage and help you leverage Gumdrop Poisoner right there. So those are all really fun things. Again, most of this list is predicated around this space. Rafine really helps do so much work, as we always know, because that connive there and that ability to sort out a lot of the key cards that you're going after. Plus, it's going to make a big piece here with Descended, being able to scry, smooth out your hand, those kinds of things as well. So, and then we also take advantage of Amalia here. This thing's got ward, pay 3 life. Whenever you gain life, Amalia is going to explore, then destroy all other creatures if its power is exactly 20. Pretty awesome. So lots of things going on with this list. I like the new additions. Don't forget, we are still taking advantage of the deep cavern bat. So all great pieces of your traditional kind of Esper Legend, Esper midrange. However, really honing in on that life gain and adding that additional value as a top 100 list. So that's really the strategy objective of this one here. Pound through, survive the early game, get the wins in before the late game kind of a thing, and close it down. Now, in the case you're into some challenges, obviously in best of 3, we do got boarding, and we're going to break it down 3 ways for you here today: aggro, mid-range, and late game. So in the aggro list here, a couple things to always pay attention to and make a huge difference. I like this flanker. This thing flashing in can make a difference. Put a +1/+1 on flanker for each creature that left the battlefield on your turn this control. If something gets wiped, you can also use this in a late game, or just that ability to block, gain 2, all those things. Lots of versatility here. Tishana's, again, I like being able to splash things in at that 3-drop slot. Nightclubber here, really helpful. A lot of people forget about this one. But when it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1, and then you can obviously blitz. That's a nice wipe for things like soldiers. And then on top of that, Archangel Elspeth can help get you that life gain back. I like those. Same with Wandering Emperor, even for some of the fast-paced stuff. Invasion of Gobakon can be very helpful. You can look at your opponent's hands, slow them down there as well. So just some other ideas in terms of some of those faster lists that you can run into. Essentially, what you're trying to do is just pull your curve down a little bit. However, we do have a good, healthy base of creatures already. As we move into kind of the mirror matches and other mid-range lists, though, things that you might want to start to consider are some of your spell pierces. Again, that Invasion of Gobakon, depending on what your opponent's playing. Urtai Resurrected, Tishana's Tidebinder. You're probably not necessarily going to need the Clubber anymore, as an example. Cutsil's Flanker here might be a good idea as an example too. So really, it's going to be predicated on, are they more creature based, not creature based? Obviously, this one's more creature based. The idea is you want to be able to buff your creatures, deal with your opponent's creatures, those kinds of things. So something like Urtai can really help remove the board. Elspeth can make them better or bigger, and Wandering Emperor can help you get stuff off the board, as an example. And then late game, Tishana's Tideminder is going to be great. Invasion and Gobakhan to slow down our opponents if they're running our favorite artifacts or enchantments. You can use this as well. Again, 5-color. Might be a good one to slow down Domain. Tishana's same thing. Urtai Resurrected to kind of shut things down. Can all make some big healthy advantages there. And then obviously Spell Pierce as well. So that's how you want to think about boarding. That's how you can think about your aggro, mid-range, and late game lineups. And then again, obviously the overall strategy with this top 100 list from Apples and Fruits. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our competitive Magic scene here for today. Like I said, we will start with our best of one. Obviously, we got a ton of great lists here for you to check out, as always. All right. We do have swag and merch available and other great ways to support the channel down below. Thank you so much, and thank you to all our members, as always. All right, the Gampy. That's who we got first up here in our standard best of one match. We can keep this. We got the double bats. We got the removal here, and we got Amalia. This can really tie things down. So I'm going to go with this to start. Oof, mono red. It's going to be quick. Might not be as great for us out of the gates. We'll have to see here again. Pay 1. We'll start with this. We do have that Get Lost removal, which can be really, really helpful. We have Rafine in here, which can be very helpful as well. So there they're slowing down just a little bit. I'm going to play... I don't need to play this for now, actually. Let's do this one. So it'll still look like a blue-black. We'll keep the white hidden. We're going to use our Deep Cavern and see at least what they have. They're probably going to hit this thing. We're still going to be able to look. So that's really helpful. I suspect we'll see the Dubious Monarch in here next. And that's a good one for them to get bigger, ramp harder, those kinds of things. Allow them to do a lot of damage as well. Now, the bat out of the gate here isn't going to be great for us. We will do this just so we can slow down our opponent. They will have the ward. Now we can block if we want to, but we don't necessarily want to do that. It could cost them. Could have been a good idea just to slow things down and block instead. It's really going to allow them to get a ton of damage in. Ooh, a lot of damage in. That might be game, actually. 7, 5, 7. Ooh, not yet. That is definitely problematic for us, though. Not exactly where we want it to be. And that's good game regardless. Because if we would have took that, they would have blew it by anyway and got through. They pulled another one anyway, and there they go. Unfortunate. I think even if we would have blocked there, they would have had lethal, so it's all good. Again, some of those things where you downshift in terms of what you're playing. Again, getting in those 3 drops where you can drop them in, wipe their board on those 1/1s could have made a big difference, and now we got an error. Look at that. Oof, ouch. All right, the game did not like me here today. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Ooh, that's a bad start, isn't that? Some bad luck. We're going to go play our best of 3 match where this list really excels now. And again, we didn't get to see everything cranking, but that is a-okay because that is also how Magic goes. Into our best of 3, we get a nice opportunity to smooth out with our boarding, as we always like to say. Now, if we would have got some of those 1-drop bats or got the gumdrop in there, would have made a nice, at least decent change out of the gate in terms of that best of 1 lineup in mono red. All right, here we go, my friends. Underway. Hopefully we don't error out now as well. I think we should be okay to make it through, but in the case that we don't, stay tuned. I'm just kidding. We're here, no worries on it. We're good to go. Super Frog, Spore Frog. This is not a great start. I want at least 2. We could get real risky here, but it's still gonna deal damage to us. I'm gonna mulligan. This is a little bit safer, but we don't have some great drops out of the gate. I'll keep this. Do we keep Rafine or do we do Vasion? I might keep this one. Shealdred can really move us back in. I really like Rafine. This is a tough one. I like being able to play with a food token here out of the gate too. I don't want to drop a land. I'm going to do this because we can use Rafine to smooth where we need to. Oh, again, we have this at instant speed. And this has lifelink. So here's what we talk about by playing around it. Now we have the ability to play Get Lost on the Deep Cavern Bat if it's needed. We got the life gain if we need it, if we want to keep that at 5. As an example. This might actually be a mirror match too, by the way. I'll do this first. They might have a counter spell. There it is. So good news here is that we do have 4. Ooh, we'll see what they hit. Now, if we get to 5, we can combo on some of these bats, which is good. They're going to have 1 counter, maybe. We'll find out. So I'm going to play this instead first. So I want to get that on the board. There's the kill spell. Ooh. Here we go. This is not fully what we wanted to get to, but we got to it anyway. Ooh, we got their lands out of the way. That's good. There's their Rafine. Little bit of a problem now for us, as they are ahead and we don't have any removal except for this. If we do get a land though, which is what we needed, we're not quite there yet, we will be able to take them out on the next one. So this could be not a bad deal for us. Now they're gonna really need to push in here. I would swing in with all 3, yep. And then put it on the other one there. The other Deep Cavern Bat. They didn't go that route, okay. We'll take it. They must have a kill spell in hand, or are suspecting a kill spell, in order to keep that other Deep Cavern alive. Now we'll block here. That's okay.
Now you've done it. Hats come off. Remember your training.
That hurts pretty badly. So now we're in a good spot though with this. So we're not going to have life gain here. We can crack this though, gain the food. Now, when we play this, we can deal 3. We can take this off, which is the better play. They're going to be able to go up, though, with that. It's going to be close. So we need to figure out what we do want to take off the board. We're going to need to do this. Unfortunately, we don't have that second one. And frankly, they're just going to make it bigger anyway, so they're going to get by, unfortunately. Now, regardless, even if we would have took that one off, it would have gave them just a little bit more in terms to go up. Plus, they have the Restless there, too. So just unfortunate for us there against this lineup. But again, very similar in terms of the mirror match there. They have a lot more kill spells than we do. So now we're going to have to think about playing just slightly a little bit more control-y in terms of what we want to do, how we want to do it. We can pop into Tishana's here. We can use Gobakhan to slow him down, which I really like there. This one, again, gain 2 life, scry 2, exile player's graveyard if we need to. We didn't see any of the other stuff there. We could go with ours as well. Spell pierces, these ones. We're going to get a little bit more control-y. It might be a little bit too much. However, I like this in terms of how we're going to do it. We got a lot of cards that we need to get rid of here. I'm going to drop that one. Sheoldred's still very strong. I'm going to drop the invasions as much as I like that card. Gumdrop is helpful. These bats are helpful. Let's go a little less there on Amalia. And then we got a couple more to go. Let's go with 2 gumdrops. I still like this on the smoothing. And then let's go 1 at the top end and 1 at the bottom end there. All right. There we go. So trying to get a little bit more in control there. Again, they're a little bit more that typical Esper midrange, whereas still focused on that life gain. This is okay for us because we got the 2 out of the gate. And we'll be able to get that gumdrop over right away. We'll get our life gain in right away, hopefully. Now we could have played Deep Cavern instead. But now we'll be able to play Deep Cavern and not get countered. Additionally, on top of that, we have a few different things that we can do. Now we can start to slow them down. There's their kill spell. They can get Rafine in there. I would sooner grab this instead of their 3-drop, because then they're gonna use the kill on Deep Cavern. That's gonna shut it down, and then we have another Deep Cavern bat there. Now again, the problem is we're not hitting exactly what we want to hit. Let's see what they do here. Now, they're doing the right thing by waiting. That's what they should be doing. But here's what we're going to do now. We'll play this one. Now, do they pick up a counter is the question. They'll hit the Deep Cavern right now at the end turn. Unfortunately, we didn't get the double drop, which is super, super hurtful. Ooh, there we go. So now they're going to have to use everything up. There we go. We can grab it again. They'll probably have this that they'll play. They may have a counter, but we'll figure that out real quick here. Doubling up, resolve. It's okay. Now we see what they have and we can play this one. So now we got 2 on the board. Next turn, we're going to want to get Sheoldred on. I suspect, yeah, there's their Rafine. Now we can also take this thing off the board. Here we go. So now we'll get the Explore trigger after this on our uptake, which is good. They're going to swing in with both, most likely here. They can get their flyer up as well. Ooh, losing Get Lost hurts us pretty badly. The good news is we'll be able to take it down on the next one because we'll use our Gumdrop Poisoner Strap as well. We can also take down the Rafine here. Keep that. Here's this one. And then all we got to do now is we can also play this and take this guy off the board. If we want to, we'll be able to take that off the board. Might as well pull it. Now, they can make this thing bigger if they want to. We'll swing in with both. We'll get aggressive. We'll clip every single thing that they have if they try and block with everything. I do want to kill their flyer. There we go. We just need to do this. And now we got good protection here with Get Lost. Get our Rafine on. Play this one again. Dump that because we want to keep our Get Lost in there. There we are. One more swing and we are good. There we go. We got some control in there that time. And advantage going first really helps, obviously. All right, let's go ahead here and see what happens for our next third and final match here. We've had a good time in this lineup against Sporefrog. I love that card, by the way. I still remember that. How many of you remember it as well? All right. What is our opponent going to do? I don't think they saw too much of what we sideboarded in, which is helpful. We hit a lot of the core components of the deck. They didn't see a lot of the control-y stuff. They still kept a lot of those kill spells. 3 lands, curve out. That's all we're asking. We'll stick with it for now. Didn't quite hit what we wanted to, which is fine. Do this. I will get this thing on right away. Now we could play something else, but we'll get these on first. If they want to start killing everything. Now, don't forget, we'll keep this one here. Counters up to 1 target activated trigger ability. If it's an artifact, creature, planeswalkers countered this way, that permanent loses all abilities for as long as this card stays on the board. So that is extraordinarily helpful. So now in this case, we could go with this one. So now we got our 3 on there. Now again, enters the battlefield target activated ability. So it's good against the lands, as an example. They want to use the land. I'll probably hit both here. Exactly what they did. Lots of good killing for them. Now we do have this. Risky to put it on, but we'll see. Now we got this as well. So this is sitting pretty good. We're at 4. So we'll do this. While it's looking, we're going to do this. If they have a counter spell, that's good for them. But we're essentially going to make this thing worthless. Oh, there you go. Well, they did it to us. Good for them. But again, as soon as this thing gets killed... Oh, they took that off the board, which is interesting in and of itself. We will have this one. We have our own now at this point. So let's go ahead and see what they have in their list here. We'll take that off. And we're ahead on the race. So let's do that. Because this thing can be a very, very nice big creature too, 4/4. Map token does hurt a little bit. That's whiff. That's again some card advantage for us there. We can swing in with this if they want to. We also have our big 4 we could swing in with. I don't want to do that yet though. I actually would prefer to put our flyer in at 3/2. Pop that in. Little more aggressive. We'll see. Could be overly aggressive, to be honest. Again, when 1 or more creature cards put in graveyards from anywhere, we can investigate. Only once each turn. That is still a lot there to use up. Now, good news on that is this. We can do this again, which is this one, 4. So we'll be able to pop a few things in here. That's a whiff, and that's okay. And then we also got more life gain here. All right, so we're slightly ahead. Could have lethal on the next one, depending on what they have in their hand. Take the 2, they'll get their nice little token. No blocks. Another land. Now we can swing in with everything here. They don't have anything to block, and then we can keep this thing on the board if we want to. We can also do our own map token, by the way. All right, so we're still ahead at the moment. We still have Urtai in there. We got 3 on the board. We can deal lethal. We can pop our bigger one. Now we can slowly bleed with Sheoldred. We could swing in with this one too. I'm going to slow roll it. They can double block if they want. Nope, they got the one. They missed their... They missed! They could have doubled. They could have double blocked. And we are good. My friends, we have taken it down in a slight mirror match there. We really got to see how this deck works on the life gain, which is awesome. I really, really like that change. I like the interaction. Good job, apples and fruits. And obviously we did get to see the gum drop in action there. So well done, well done. Really enjoyed this list. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as well. If you still got a question, if you got a comment, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you as always. And feel free to swing by the Discord server and join our active community there. On top of it, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Thank you for likes and the subs as we continue to grow this community. On top of that, as always, thank you to all of our members. Memberships are available to you. It's a nice way to support. Thank you so much for that. Additionally, down below, we do have affiliate links. If you're looking for cards, we got the new set coming out here soon, Murders at Karlov Manor, something to think about. And additionally, socials to stay connected. And we do have a merchant swag store and all that fun stuff. So with that, we got a ton of great Magic content here, more coming all the time. And may your Esper Life Gain work out, and may you win those slight mirror matches just like me. With that, enjoy this top 100 list. We'll see you again soon. Take care.